from being able to suck up the equivalent of their own weight, and nectar too, having more than 100 million hives in the US alone. These are some mind-blowing bee facts you wish you knew sooner. Number 10, they're super strong. If you were to compare a honeybee's strength with that of humans, they would win. That's right. In terms of their weight, honeybees can lift 40 to 50 times their body weight. To put that into perspective, that would be like a human lifting almost an elephant. This makes bees one of the strongest animals on the planet. How is it possible for them to be so strong? The answer lies in their wings. Their wings are bigger in proportion to their bodies compared to other insects, which gives them this extraordinary power. Their ability to fly long distances also contributes to their overall strength. Bees typically travel 2 or 3 miles every day in search of food, and they do so with a heavy load. On average, they carry around 25 pounds of pollen with them. Imagine if you had to carry a backpack weighing 25 pounds on your back wherever you went. You'd probably be pretty tired after a while. Bees don't seem to mind. Maybe it's all that sweet nectar and pollen they're carrying. Who knows? In any case, bees are truly some of the strongest animals out there. No, 9. Different types of bees. Did you know that there are over 20,000 species of bees worldwide? Each type has its unique appearance, behavior, and role in the ecosystem. For example, bumblebees are known for their fuzzy bodies and are important pollinators of crops such as tomatoes and potatoes. Honeybees, on the other hand, live in large colonies and produce honey as a food source. Then we have stingless bees, which are found in tropical regions and can create nests in tree hollows or underground. And let's not forget about orchid bees, named for their ability to collect pollen from orchids. With so many different types of bees out there, it's important to remember that each one is unique and plays an important role in our world. Number 8. A year in the life. The life cycle of a honeybee is divided into 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. It takes about 3 weeks for a bee to go through these stages and become a fully grown, fully functioning member of the colony. Once they reach adulthood, they will mate with other bees in preparation for creating their own colony. After mating, the female bee will lay her eggs, and the cycle begins again. The lifespan of a honeybee varies depending on its role in the colony. Worker bees only live for a few weeks during the busy summer months, while the queen can live for several years. The drone's life is a bit longer than the workers, but they also die off after the summer. These bees play an important role in the colony, as they are responsible for collecting pollen and nectar from plants. As they fly from flower to flower, they inadvertently transfer pollen grains, which results in the fertilization of new plants. Without bees, many plants would not be able to reproduce, and the world as we know it would be very different. Number 7. More than meets the eye. If you take a closer look at a bee, you may notice some interesting features. For example, bees have 5 eyes, 2 large compound eyes on the sides of their head, and 3 smaller eyes on top. Bees also have 2 pairs of wings, which they use to fly, and 2 pairs of legs, which they use to collect pollen and nectar. Bees can see ultraviolet light, which helps them to locate flowers that are rich in nectar and pollen. They can also communicate with each other through a series of dances. By performing different movements, bees can tell their colony mates where to find food sources. Finally, bees have a special structure called a proboscis, which is a long straw-like tongue that they use to drink nectar and collect pollen. So next time you see a bee, take a closer look. You might be surprised at what you see. Number 6. Not just honey. Although honey is the most popular product associated with bees, they also produce other useful substances such as beeswax, propolis or bee glue, and royal jelly. Beeswax is used to make candles, furniture polish, and even surfboard wax. Propolis is used as a natural sealant and has antibacterial properties. Royal jelly is a nutrient-rich substance that is fed to the queen bee and is believed to have health benefits. Additionally, bee venom has been used for centuries in traditional medicine to treat various ailments. While it may be painful to get stung by a bee, the venom contains compounds that can help reduce inflammation and relieve pain. However, it's important to note that bee venom can be dangerous for people who are allergic to it. Number 5. Buzz pollination. One way that bees differ from other pollinators is the way they collect pollen. Many insects, such as butterflies and moths, simply brush up against a plant's reproductive organs and collect pollen as they move from flower to flower. However, bees have a special ability called buzz pollination. This involves vibrating their flight muscles at a high frequency to shake the plant and release pollen. The bee then uses its hairy body to collect the pollen and transfer it to another plant, resulting in pollination. This method is particularly effective for plants with hidden pollen, such as tomatoes and potatoes. So thanks to buzz pollination, we can enjoy delicious and nutritious foods like these. Number 4. Plants that attract them. There are certain plants that are particularly attractive to bees because they provide a rich source of nectar and pollen. These plants include lavender, rosemary, sage, oregano, thyme, and sunflowers. When choosing plants to grow in your garden, consider including a variety of types with different flowering times to provide continuous blooms throughout the season. This will ensure a steady supply of nectar and pollen for the bees. Not only will this help to support local bee populations, but you'll also get to enjoy the beauty of these plants in your own backyard. No. 3. Protecting them. One way to help protect bees is to avoid using pesticides in your garden. Pesticides can be harmful to bees and other pollinators. Instead, consider using natural methods of pest control, such as companion planting or introducing beneficial insects. You can also plant bee-friendly flowers and provide a source of fresh water. By making these changes, you can create a pollinator-friendly environment in your own backyard and help support local bee populations. No. 2. Hive mind. Bees are social insects that live in colonies that can number in the thousands. The colony is made up of a queen bee, which is the mother of all the bees in the colony, male drones, which mate with the queen, and female workers, which perform tasks such as collecting pollen and nectar, caring for the young, and defending the hive. Communication within a bee colony is complex, and bees use a combination of pheromones, sounds, and visual cues to communicate with each other. For example, when a bee returns to the hive after collecting pollen, it will perform a waggle dance to communicate the location of the food source to other bees. No. 100 million hives. Did you know that according to the National Honey Board, there are more than 100 million active honeybee hives in the United States alone? These hives are home to thousands of bees that work together to collect pollen and nectar from plants, which they then convert into honey. The United States is actually one of the top 3 countries in the world for honey production, with an annual output of around 160 million pounds of honey. China and Argentina are the other 2 leading producers of honey. If you're a fan of honey, be sure to support local beekeepers in your area to ensure that they can continue producing this delicious treat. You can find local honey at farmers markets or specialty food stores. Not only does honey make a great sweetener, but it also has antibacterial and soothing properties, making it a natural remedy for sore throats and coughs. If you enjoyed these unbelievable facts about bees, please share the video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our latest content. Thanks for watching.